Oh,
There you
rolling
go.
now?
We're rolling.
All right. We're rookies at this.
So am I.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sean, what we've kind of muddled our way through what we are actually doing. We had Nick Castellano.
Castigliano.
Oh, man, see, I'm gonna go back to my old ways. I'm gonna go back to my old ways.
Yeah.
We've kind of muddled our way through. Why don't you give the official start and the official opening to what are we really, what's going on here today?
So this is just a bunch of guys getting together, throwing our decoys in the Susquehanna River. We call it a decoy competition, but it's more about friendship and, seeing everybody else's birds and what, the progress they've been making over their carving career.
Nice. Well, and please introduce yourself. So
My name is Sean Banner.
And you are related to Delta Waterfowl in what respect?
I was one of the original chapter members when Lancaster opened up quite a few years ago now, I guess it is. And, just a group of guys, like interest doing what we do.
Yeah, cool. And it is the Karen, where are we at? Or not where are we at, but what is the...
Conejohela Flats.
Yes, it's Conejohela Flats.
What is, we talked about this the other day, so there is there's some Native American...
I believe it's the original, the Susquehanna River Valley, at least from this area down to the bay, is considered the Conejohela Flats.
Okay.
I don't know its actual origin.
Yep.
But it was something different, something to catch the name.
Yeah. So give me some geographic knowledge. So I know I'm very familiar with. Grew up in Darlington. I was born in Darlington. Not grew up in Darlington. Born in Darlington. So you got the Conowingo Dam. As we come up the river, we cross the state line, get Pennsylvania. We got Peach Bottom Nuclear Reactor.
Yes, sir.
And then somewhere in there is the Normanwood Bridge's Holtwood Dam.
Right.
Is that the first dam in Pennsylvania?
The Holtwood Dam would be the first dam.
Okay.
Muddy Run has a reservoir which they draw out right below all the Normanwood Bridge.
Okay.
And then as you come up, you would have the Safe Harbor Dam. And then you don't really have anything up till the York Haven Dam, which I don't even understand the York Haven Dam. It's not a true going across the river dam.
Right.
So.
And would that be the just south of us? Would that make the flats?
Yeah, I believe that the flats are considered from the 462 bridge south.
Gotcha. You said Muddy Run, man. We used to go camping there as kids, like long. Is there still campground
here?
Yep,
right there along 372.
Yeah, that, and I tell you what, man, especially I always thought it was, not that I got up there that much, but living in Harford County, it wasn't that far to drive up. It seemed like the last week in February, the first week in March, man, that place was loaded with the reservoir up there was loaded with waterfowl.
Oh, absolutely.
Geese, swan, black ducks, pintails.
And truth be told, I enjoy coming out here February, March, just here on the river itself, and you see canvasbacks like they're going out of style.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
Really?
But not here during the season, right?
No, not during the season. Of course not, right?
Why is that?
I don't know.
It's funny how that works. Okay, let's back to the decoy contest. So what Nick talked a little bit about it, but basically we're going to, you break them up into divisions then?
Yeah, so it's species. As long as you've carved it at some point in your life, it's eligible to enter. We're very loose on the rules as far as other competitions go. And it's just a lot of fun.
Yep. So, Marsh, they're going to be judged from all puddle ducks will be judged together?
Yeah, well, so no, it's species specific. So
right.
mallards against mallards, pintails against pintails. And then the winner of each class would go for best of show for puddle duck. And then at the end, it would be the best of show puddle duck versus the best of show diver versus the best of show confidence decoy. And then they'll be judged and they'll have one winner for the entire day.
Okay. So marsh ducks, divers, and goose and confidence?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. Very, very nice. What would your style of carving be? How would you just describe what class does, not class, that's the wrong word. What's the influence? How about that? That's a better word.
So I just love canvasbacks.
Right.
So I try and make the best canvasback I can and go from there. So the Susquehanna River Valley has a distinct wedge body style, and I like to, I use turn bodies like they do in Havre de Grace. And but up here, I guess for the river flow or current, they developed this like deep wedge back in the day. I guess it helps it float better.
Sure.
So I pretty much try and do the history of this area.
So I'm familiar with like the upriver and I don't know if it would be upriver this far, but Madison Mitchell used to do an upriver,
Yes, sir.
upriver style bird, which is just a tremendously to me it was a oversized.
Yes,
turn
a very
body,
large
right?
body.
Yeah, yeah. And do you know the name? Is it Butch Parker?
Butch Parker, yeah, he was a carver.
And I mean, I can remember his birds were like that style of just a big turn body.
I believe some of the Sellers family used those bodies.
Okay.
But yeah, and I don't know the reason that they were brought up here that way, as large as they were.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, I can, like, I don't know that either, but like from, again, with Madison Mitchell, I just know his upriver birds were just not maybe twice as big.
I would say probably,
yeah. It was they were big turn bodies. I wouldn't, maybe not as
I guess
large.
they called them pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin
Does that
seeds.
make sense?
Yeah, they were not large as like the goose bodies.
No.
But they were definitely, I would say, twice as big as his.
Yeah,
his
I would say
normal-
that.
normal body. So, Karen, what you thinking?
Is it cedar you like to use? What do you like?
I like to use Polonia just because it's available for me.
Okay.
We were
Interesting.
talking about Polonia with someone.
It was
Who was it? George?
George Williams. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned
Back in the day, I had some nice. And I told the story to George. Pat and Jeannie bought out the Hutch Decoy Company. They were down on Route 40, like almost to the Beltway in Baltimore.
Okay.
And there was just, I went down and helped him move some stuff, and there was parts and pieces, and he had these big chunks of Polonia,
Okay.
almost like stumps, if you will. They weren't
Right.
sort of milled, but not. And that was really my only time using Polonia. But they made really nice bodies.
Yeah, it's real nice to cut.
Yeah, the Polonia tree grows very quickly. We've seen them, the
Yep.
purple flower.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the growth ring's got to be.
Yeah, they're far apart.
Yeah, it's got, I mean, easily an inch a year. So those things grow.
Do you grow them yourself?
I do not.
No.
We do. Matt and I have bought some trees off of people. Get wood wherever we can, really.
Yep.
What kind of wood do you like, Karen? For your carving?
I have not carved. I'll probably cut my finger off. Is really what will happen.
We like northern white cedar.
You do,
We
yes.
like northern white cedar. That's what you
Yes, you do.
Have you been carving much?
Have I? What's your definition?
Started to, well, just with the move.
I
Like
gotcha.
it's kind of put a crink
Yeah, we
in
got-
things, but
Yeah, we got
Getting back
we
to
got the
it.
new rooms built. It's not super big, but it's much nicer than the trailer. So it's 14 by 16.
air
Got
conditioned.
9-foot ceiling and it's air conditioned.
Yep.
That's gonna be the nicest thing I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that I tried. I thought we put 9 6-inch wafers lights recessed, and I thought that was like
be
it
plenty.
looked super bright, and I wasn't even questioning like should I put more. We were back and forth. I did the wiring and I thankfully I put 4 boxes up there that are on a switch by themselves. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to put in there, and I don't know. I just wanted to have another option. I was thinking more of like almost like kind of like spotlights kind
Right.
of thing. And how would you describe those lights, Karen? What are they called? You made fun of them because it
As
says
seen on TV.
As seen on TV, but
yeah, just some gimmicky looking LED.
Are they the ones with the bat wings on them?
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have them in my basement.
Okay,
Oh
you
my
screw them in
gosh.
and you can kind
It's
of.
Yep.
crazy.
It's night and day.
I put
Yeah.
4 of those things, and it's like stadium lighting
In a
It's
white
like-
room, it's like glowing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it is nice though.
and
like
it
the
makes
shadows.
the ones that we thought were bright. It's like wow, those things like
Yeah,
we're
I
like,
did the same thing.
Yeah, we have another room we're going to do. And yesterday we were talking about like we thought this was a lot, man. We like need to, not double up, but we need to
Yeah.
make sure that we put if we're going to use those wafers again that we put.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen questioned how the quality of the wafer, but I think that's they're not cheapies.
Okay.
So, but yes, carving, trying to get it kick back off and get into it good. I was supposed to July 1st. I was supposed to be doing it, and what is it, August 5th? And I have cut some stuff.
Yes.
Cut some stuff. And
A whole bunch
then-
of cork bodies.
Yeah, I was cutting stuff before there was even insulation there, so it was. I did want to, not to speed things up too much, but I did want to at least get something accomplished. So, but yeah, man, time's flying, and
Season's coming quick.
yeah, it's the thing. I wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, like it kind of wigs me out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I start thinking about the wrong thing, then I can't. What is there a special bird today? Maybe it's not special, but is there a special bird
Yeah,
getting
so
floated today?
to drum up interest, Matt and Isley came up with the bird of the year. And that was just to get everybody to try and focus on one bird. And we do it off the federal duck stamp. So last year the federal duck stamp was a redhead. This year's class is the redhead. And we have quite a few of them on the water today.
Nice.
I was talking about a different bird, though.
Oh, isn't it some new category?
The concept class.
Yeah.
That's it's a class in the making. It hasn't really caught on yet. There's a few entries here today, and you would have to ask Matt that. That's his idea. That's his brainchild.
I like it. I think it's good.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It'll expand your mind a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, and hopefully bring in new carvers that don't do the hunting bodies.
And that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to grow this competition as big as we can, get as many people here as we can. Experts, new guys, everything.
How many years has this been?
I believe this is year 7 or 8.
Okay. Wow.
Well, because I think I judged. Maybe it was the first. I was thinking it was at least 6 years ago.
Okay.
Originally we started a few miles down the river on the York County side.
Okay.
That was our first one.
Then it was here.
Okay.
Is where I was.
I think you judged the first year we had it here.
That's okay. I'll go with that. Yeah. I'm going to try this one more time. No pressure. But is there another bird being floated today? That has any?
Are you hinting that you know of another bird being floated today?
I believe I had to sign a bird this morning.
Rumor is that Jeff Coates himself has a bird floating today.
I didn't enter.
So weird. No.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Well, I hope it's not too embarrassing out there. But I enjoyed making those things, and I have a couple more bodies that are cut probably in that time frame. That the cork ones that I'm doing this year. So I'll rewind because everybody doesn't know what we're talking about. It is a hollow cedar, high head surf scoter, and especially being on the ocean, I wanted to try to make things as big as possible. And the cedar that I got was supposed to be a 3-in-1, a 3-inch and a 1-inch piece to make 4, and they were a little bit light. Both pieces were a little bit light, so it wasn't really a total, a tall 4 inches to begin with. I thought, man, like how could I come up with to make these things even, taller?
Right.
So I just put like these big, but the head's got to be 9 inches tall, I guess, or so.
It's a bigger bird.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
Yeah, thank you. Nothing fancy. It's kind of, people ding me quite often about the backs are flat.
I believe that's one of the birds, when I first met you, when we went on a hunt, that I actually gunned over.
I would say that
it's right in that time period.
Yes, 100%. Yep.
So,
it would have been. I switched over to all hand carved scoter or sea ducks in 2009. That was the first year, and I believe those are like 2012.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that would have been right. That would have been right in that timeline.
Well, it is whenever I tell the story.
There it is. That's what I like. As time passes, doesn't matter. You can make up what you want to make up. So, again, I hope it floats well. We'll have to take a look. In the past, Matt has put his entire rig out there.
Yeah, Matt's sculling boat. Matt and his father used to be large into sculling.
Right.
We would put a big rig out there and do a demo. Turned out to be a tremendous amount of work.
Yeah.
I think we put 100 birds out there for the demo.
Gosh.
So
in that demo, actually talking about true gunning, like what style, for those that don't know, how describe that style of gunning, please.
Sculling is a sneak boat style. You have your decoys. You sit maybe 100 yards, 150 yards off the decoys, let the birds land naturally, get comfortable, and then you scull by steering the boat and gun them that way.
Hand power, not?
Yes, all hand power, no motors.
No motor power. So it is.
I guess that was really popular back in the 40s, 50s, something like that.
Yeah, and like categories, they would kind of describe it as a bushwhacking rig.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, and most of the boats were white because we actually did have winners then.
Yeah, I believe white and green were the two popular ones.
So when I say we're joking around that we used to have winners, do you get much ice here now?
It'll freeze up, yes.
Right.
But we have not had any snow to speak of in probably 2 years.
Yeah. Crazy. So the white boat should kind of try to be. How about this? It would be maybe a floating ice pack.
Yep.
Right. So that's kind of how the reason would be white, and then the green would be more
in the marsh kind of thing.
Just like more of like this style. Like, look, if you look out there right now, kind of
maybe like an early season type thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like our boat is more trying to be gray, trying to just be inconspicuous. How about that?
Okay.
So that's cool. Oh yeah, bushwhacking. I would think it probably more after. I would say more after sink boxes were outlawed.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
I would say like 1935-ish on.
It's
So yeah, 40s and 50s.
it's not my favorite style, but it's it's traditional in this area. So I tried it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy all hunting, but it's not nearly as good as body booting in my opinion.
Yeah. Scott Moody. Scott Moody, thinking of you, we are. Hope you're feeling better. Scott's got some cool pictures of Matt sculling.
Okay,
Yeah, with Joey's involved or not, but
I'm sure.
yeah, I think it was. But anyway, off the Park Island down there, I know he got some cool pictures of Matt's boat and Matt's going. So, yeah, cool. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, Sean?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Because I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's all good.
He likes to do that.
We appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And we're going to walk down and check out some birds.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you, Sean.
You.
Have a great show.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Keep it warm. All right, love, you good?
Yep.
You're always good. We have a little break in the action. So I'm here to tell everybody this is the Pit Boss Podcast, brought to you by, can you move your hand, please? By our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. What do I like to say?
Oh, please don't.
Oh,
What?
come on. Molly's is easily
Oh, geez.
found on Route 213 in Kennedyville, Maryland, on Maryland's famed Upper Eastern Shore, or at mymollys.com, MYMOLLYS.com. Summer's flying by, and we're already starting to look, well, not looking forward to, it's on our radar. I'm going to shut this one down. It is on our radar. Molly's
Anniversary sale.
I haven't had a drink of anything. Not even
Just
water.
Wawa.
No, my mouth is getting dry. I was looking to see if I do have something to drink. I do not. It's all good, though. We are, back to the topic, looking forward to Molly's anniversary sale weekend, which will be September 23rd, 24th, and 25th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a great weekend. If anyone is halfway close, please make the effort to stop by and say hello. Got the big white tent set out up front. All kinds of deals, specials, kind of kicking off we're already into September, early goose, and dove, but waterfowl season will be right at October 14th for us. We'll be here very quickly. So, again, check out our good friends at mymollys.com. Up next, love. Come on.
Duck Blind Bistro.
I'm making you work.
No. Duck Blind Bistro.
What do you like about that thing?
It is easy. It is just so easy and easy to clean up too. So throw your biscuits in there.
Do I hear big choppers in the
You
background?
do. It's coming
Can you see
straight
'em?
overhead. Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna have to turn and look.
that's pretty cool.
It's a whole squad.
Oh my gosh!
I think we
is.
call it a squadron, love.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I see 5.
5. Yeah.
Impressive. Well, pardon that interruption. That was kind of impressive, huh?
It was. I wonder where they're coming from or to.
I don't know. Looks like to me they're just kind of taking the course of the river. I believe those were Blackhawks. I'm not a helicopter expert, but back to the topic of the Duck Blind Bistro, and you said it's easy to clean up.
Yeah, just just because I do most of the dishes.
Yeah.
It is just simple and easy. Like Jeff's saying, it is. It's simple and easy, and it's quick and good.
In home, you don't have to fire up your oven. Any kind of a heat source. Turn your burner on 4 minutes on each side, and you'll have the best biscuits from the ultimate outdoor oven. DuckBlindBistro.com. Our very good friends John, Paul, and Jay. I'm going to be using, I say we, I talk like we, but I'm going to be using it where, love? Specifically.
Many locations, but
During the season.
Yeah, during the season, but I was
Where will
thinking PEI.
Specifically, where will I be using it specifically during the season?
Yep. We're gonna load it up, and he's gonna take it out because it'll be cold enough that everything should just sit in there nicely until he sticks it on the heat source.
And once again, I'm going to ask, where specifically will I be using
On
this?
the world's largest duck boat. Is that what I was supposed to say?
Steve Hoover, thinking of you. We are. Come on, love.
Jeffrey.
I thought we really were synced up.
No.
We're not?
No.
Yeah, Steve Hoover, duckwaterboats.com. Love, we operate the Ocean 32, which is...
The world's largest
There
duck
you go.
boat. Oh, my
man, this is...
God.
This is
I've already said that.
We did. I don't remember saying it.
Okay.
Steve Hoover, thank you very much. Duckwaterboats.com. Steve, I'm going to ask you again, are you going to be at Easton?
Yeah, he hasn't
He
replied
hasn't.
yet.
No, he has not.
Which might suggest he hasn't listened yet.
Uh-oh.
So
Steve, Karen, I think just called you out.
Yeah.
Next up, love.
Crabs to go.
Crabs to go. Mark, John, Dan, right on the corners of Maryland Route 50 and Route 589. Crabsgo.com, and I still say it, the problem is the rest of the world cannot enjoy, they can thank COVID because they can't enjoy Crabs to Go because they would ship, Crabs to Go shipped anywhere. Ship oyster to my dad all the time. I think I saw we'd never ship crab cakes, oyster.
No.
Oyster we ship to them live, made
Yep.
FedEx, but they don't ship anymore. But still, everybody, I can't say everybody, but many, many, many of the guys that hunt with us definitely stop midday, watch out for that wasp, at Crabs to Go.
When
Yes.
was that cold crab special that you saw? When was that? Was that Tuesday or Wednesday?
It would have been Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. And we
So-
talked about it in the morning.
Yeah, we were so.
It was Thursday. It was
It was.
yeah.
Yeah, we were just so busy we didn't see it until it already passed.
We didn't see it till we were already eating.
On social media that the cold crab special came up. So John, do us a favor. Next time we have a cold crab special, throw Jeff a text so we can go grab some.
I need to use that. I truly, it's kind of sad, but like I check usually once a day easily to see.
Yeah.
Do they
that
have
was
cold
the
crabs?
crazy busy day that we had.
And I still say we should just bite the bullet, buy
Just
them.
get them.
Yeah, but if we buy them, we're gonna eat them hot. It's good. It's good.
Stop. Gonna
It's
make
good.
me hungry.
Yeah. Next up, love. September 1st is close.
Yes, it is. Dirty Duck Coffee.
DirtyDuckCoffee.com.
It's good.
Buck and Jay, guys, thank you very much.
Supply is low. Hint, hint.
It's going to happen, but I'm not going to say anything yet still.
Oh.
Is that all right?
No. Yeah, no, you've only got
Well,
a couple more weeks to go.
But if it doesn't happen, I've said so much about it, I'm going to look bad. And if I say something about it now and it doesn't happen, it's the same difference, isn't it?
Kinda.
Well, I'm going to play good
All right.
because they have not told me
Yeah.
to say anything.
Right. Okay.
Except I can say this. I will tell you I'm 96% sure. I don't know Buck or Jay, but Dirty Duck Coffee will be in attendance at Molly's anniversary. Ugh, man,
I'll go grab you a water.
my American today is harsh. I'm really missing the diet too.
Did not bring that.
Okay. We'll be at Molly's anniversary sale. Molly's anniversary sale weekend. And hopefully
Which is on Labor Day. When is that?
September 23rd, 24th, 25th.
Thank you.
Yep. 25th or 26th. Yeah, will you check for me?
I'm
But
going.
regardless, they'll be at Molly's anniversary sale weekend as well as the Easton Waterfowl Festival, November 9, 10, 11. I don't have any notes in front of me.
Nope. I don't have it in my phone either. Need to get that in there. Yes.
Should we mention anything else?
I feel like.
Do we have a new sponsor?
Ooh.
But again, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. No, we have to wait. But very excited about it.
I mean, I got the email.
All
I
right.
did the Zoom call. I got the email. But,
You should wait.
okay, I'll wait. We have a new sponsor of the Pitboss podcast brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. Whaleyville Wagon Tails, love.
Whaleyville Wagon Tails.
What's going on with Whaleyville Wagon Tails today?
We had to block the schedule, so we couldn't take any bookings because we are here at Conejohela
Conejohela, right on the
Decoy
Susquehanna River.
competition.
Columbia Crossing, say it one more time.
Yes, Conejohela. And, yeah, we're just here with Delta Waterfowl. today and wanted to check out the Decoy competition.
Do we have any pups along with us today?
We might have 3 in the truck. Yep.
Is the truck running?
I hope so. No, it is absolutely running.
And the air conditioning is on.
I want to get one of those temperature monitors that you have. Yeah, we need to get that.
I bet you there's...
Don't think it's popping up on my phone or on
I
Instagram.
bet there's got to be a thing for your phone, an app of some sort.
Yep, just a sensor that's in there, Bluetooth. Yep.
And of course, I'm going to start saying it all the time now just because I assume everybody's synced up with me that they know about Pitboss Waterfowl, but I will say Pitboss Waterfowl. Mm-hmm. If you don't know, I am a full-time sea duck guide since 1999. It just means I'm old.
No.
Is this year 25th season?
Oh, we talked about this.
You all told me it was,
yes.
and I sat down and, like in my mind, tried to do it with my fingers and toes, and it's not. But then I did it on paper, and I think it is.
Okay.
What's 99 from 23?
24.
GF told me it was 25.
I know. We need to.
All right, so 24 seasons I've been doing it full time.
Yep.
Been duck hunting longer than that, but
big time next year.
Yeah. What are we gonna do?
Something special.
Yeah, we got
It's a quarter year of guiding. That's pretty significant.
Quarter century, love.
Sorry. Yes. Duh. Sorry.
Your tongue's tied too.
No.
You said you wouldn't crack a beer a while ago.
It wasn't even 9 o'clock.
Freaking 9 o'clock. You're like,
we've been up since because Jeff liked to set his alarm.
We have been up for
What time? At 2:30 did you start?
No, I did
Stupid
not.
thing going off? 3?
No, 3 o'clock.
Ugh.
I'm just not in duck hunting mode. Because and so I got off. I think with Nick I got off topic. I'm scratching my leg again. I'm not bleeding though.
Stop.
The New Holland bucket in my shin don't get along. I'm going to blame you because we don't have any kind of nightstand.
No. Well,
First, we need to get our bed situation figured out.
Oh my Lord.
That thing's killing me.
I hate that bed. It was all just dandy when we first tried it, but I think, with our poundage on there for the last 2 months, it was a very cheap bed my sister bought when she came over to visit us.
Well, first off, we like king size bed. This thing's a queen.
Yeah.
It's just got that. If you move in that thing, it's got that.
It squeaks.
Yeah, but it's not like a.
It's not like a spring squeak. No, it's bizarre.
Yeah, it is a squeak, but it's not a spring squeak.
It's like plastic rubbing against plastic or something strange.
Yeah. To rewind, to get back, I'm gonna get us back off the tangent of a quarter of a century, but we're only 24 years in, 24 seasons, not 25. But pitbosswaterfowl.com. If you're interested in going sea duck hunting, check us out.
Booking out next year, taking bookings for next season, right?
Yep, 24, 25 season, 60-day season. We have a week in October, 2 weeks in November, middle 2 weeks in November, and then mid-December to the end of January. So, and I still don't think Sunday hunting is going to will be in place for next year. So, how do you feel about that? We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
You go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, honestly, just as long as I think you're going to be more upset about missing football games, but
well, we hunt till 11.
I mean, there's pros and cons about the whole thing for different people. But as far as your hunting season goes, I don't think it's going to affect us personally. It's just the whole football thing.
Yeah, can I segue into something else?
Sure.
What are we doing? I'm waiting for that bike to go. So what are we doing this year for football?
Television and I don't know. We do not have fiber optic internet. We are using hotspot on our phones right now, streaming it to Apple TV, and we have to subscribe to something to get football.
All right, let me be
YouTube.
Let me be more specific then. We don't have DirecTV Game Day anymore because they don't have it. Yes.
No.
Are we going to bite the bullet on YouTube?
Well, if that's our option of watching the games, then we have to. Well, there you go. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. That's where I was going with that.
That's what we're doing.
Playing with my leg again.
Yeah.
As I get older, that stuff just doesn't.
Just don't even.
What?
People don't need to know such things.
Just going to say, the leg, the cuts on my
You're
leg.
a young virile man.
A young virile man. Can I be an old virile man?
You can try.
Whoa. Well, I don't think I'm going to go any further than that.
Yep. No, football is about the only thing that's going to affect your Sundays for you, for us personally, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess it depends on travel time and all, but I mean, we hunt till 11. Mm-hmm. And if it hasn't, with sea ducks, if it hadn't happened, it's not going to happen. And or guys they've ran out of shells, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So 11 o'clock, call it a morning, and get off the water, and travel time in 2 hours. I guess get the boat cleaned up and all. Maybe I'm not going to see all the kickoffs.
No,
but
what?
I think so. Let's rewind. I believe part of the whole YouTube, NFL to YouTube. I'm not a well-read person on this, but I believe that they want to make NFL games accessible to stream anywhere. So in theory, I'm driving home. Maybe I'm not going to pay 100% attention to it, but I could watch it on my phone.
Sure. It's the same as listening on the radio, I guess.
Yeah. Point taken on that, except I could sort of watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll be too tired and then you'll be asleep by like 5 o'clock.
Yeah. I definitely don't. Another boat taking off. I definitely don't get the late game.
But yeah, I mean, the Sunday hunting is going to affect people in different ways, and then the ducks. And I don't know. I don't have enough experience with it to truly know. But is it going to affect the ducks, and are they going to be so freaked out that they're just not going to decoy? There's just no rest days. I don't know. I have no idea. I know there's some of the things that I've heard people comment on.
Yeah, I mean, 60 days is 60 days.
Okay.
No, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some argue that if you get the 60 days at, like, let's say it was a continuous 60 days, that would actually be more healthier for the waterfowl population, because you're not going to mess them up. Like if they're starting to do pair bonds and things, and they've kind of started to pair, and one of them gets shot.
Okay.
Then like whatever effort and energy went into, I don't know if that much energy goes into them, but to try to create a pair bond. But if they went through the effort to do that, and then one of them gets shot at the end, then they got to start from scratch. Versus if it happened all 60 days straight, whatever's going to get shot, harvested, killed, whatever word you like to use, it's done. And then they've got the rest of the winter to chill and head north.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, unless you're a snow goose, they get hammered.
Well, it may be a moot point anyway. It may not be happening. So
yeah, I think I agree. At least in the next couple of years, I don't think it's going to happen. But
okay.
All right, I'm rambling. Are you rambling?
Yeah, we need to save some space here.
Okay, we're going to save space, and we will get Matt Nisley somewhere along the way.
Yep.
Maybe we should take a walk down and check out some birds.
Yes,
All right, let's do that. All right, more to come. We go. This is, she got some holes in her, and it's been gunned over. What was it? A 2012. So thank you.
Yep.
That was cool.
That's cool.
Well, I'm glad that honestly that Nick did well. So
yeah, a lot of good birds.
There are a lot
of great birds.
We've already kind of done a little bit of off and on of this, Matt. So
recording.
I've been recording.
Good. I just want to make sure.
I've been recording. Matt, introduce yourself, please, because I did introduce you this morning, but I didn't know. I was referring to you as the regional director for Delta Waterfowl. I just didn't know what the region.
Northeast Atlantic, Jeff, is what I cover.
There we go. And
Yep.
I thought Atlantic was tied in there, but I wasn't 100%. I wasn't 100% sure.
Yep. Basically, Maryland north to Maine,
Okay.
and including West Virginia.
All right,
So
very-
Northeast Atlantic.
Very good, very good. Let's talk about specifically today the Conejohela love, right?
Conejohela.
Conejohela. Whoops. It would help if I turn your mic on.
Okay.
That would help. That would help. There we go. Well, hopefully
pick
that
up.
got heard.
Well, again, Jeff, I do cover the Northeast Atlantic region for the flyway of Delta Waterfowl, and I am the regional director.
been with Delta for 10 years now, and this contest has been going on for 6 years.
Great recovery. I appreciate that. Thank you. What did I judge? I think was the very first year. It was not here, right?
No, it was not. It was across the river on the other side. We moved to this venue, a little bit nicer facilities, a little more controlled water.
It is nice. It is nice. So that was I did the first year you moved here. So that's got to be like what 5 or 6 years ago?
4 to 5 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
4 to 5. We were sitting here trying to figure out what that out, what out that was. How many years stuttering? Let me hit up my diet. Thank you. Yeah. So so this contest is held by your local chapter here.
Yes, it's held by the Lancaster chapter of Delta Waterfowl. All proceeds and everything today are benefited to the Lancaster chapter.
I'm all over the place here. Karen, what did you learn today? No.
Oh, okay. So the Duck Hunters Organization, that's your truck there?
Yes, ma'am.
I was confused. I said it's trademarked. I didn't know that was the logo for Delta.
Yes.
And I was like, why doesn't it have a Delta logo on the truck?
It does. It's on the side of the door.
Oh.
The logo's on the door, but our trademark is the Duck Hunters Organization because we are the Duck Hunters Organization. We work for the Duck Hunter.
Yeah, I didn't realize
we were sitting there, she was on my shoulder.
I'm
She
like,
says,
it's a new organization. I didn't, because I didn't see the logo.
Most people refer to your nonprofits, as the main name, which would be Delta Waterfowl for ours.
Yep.
But we always attach the Duck Hunters Organization behind that because, again, we are for the Duck Hunter. That's what it was started for the Duck Hunter and the ducks.
There we go.
Thank you.
Matt, how long have you been regional director?
10 years now I've been with the
Really?
company. Yep.
Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
We were talking about, and it was
The
a
New
crab
Jersey.
feast.
Oh, the crab feast.
Well, yeah, the New Jersey, and we went to Tuckerton after that.
First met you. Yeah.
Yep.
But we were reminiscing about we were trying to figure out where it was. It was Sparrows Point.
Yes,
maybe
I think it was.
It was a crab feast. I can't remember if it was.
That was down in Dundalk.
Dundalk. Okay.
That was down
All
in
right.
Dundalk. That was our Central Maryland chapter back in the day, which
Okay.
has now been renamed to Susquehanna Flats chapter, but was held down in Dundalk for our crab feast that time as our dinner, yes.
As we drove up this morning, we were kind of revisiting some of the places and things we did, and I was like, man, no offense to Karen, I was like, I think you were there, but I'm not
Someone else.
Yeah.
100% sure that you were there.
Yeah,
And-
first time I met Karen was actually in our Delta Waterfowl Paulsboro chapter over in New Jersey is where I met Miss
that's
Karen.
That
Yep.
was in a Holiday Inn because I said we spent the night,
Yes.
and from there we went to Tuckerton after that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was pretty good. Man, time flies, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Man, it's like years go by, days become months, become years. But man, and like specifically for us, man, the summer is just like cranking by.
It is.
It'll
It
be
is.
the season will be here before you know it. Bigger and better plans for the show. What is for the Conejohela Flats Decoy Contest?
So next year, we've opened the concept class this year,
Yes,
Jeff.
that's
It's
what
brand new.
Yes, that's what we want to talk about.
And it's stretching the imagination of our carvers. Their creativity gets to open up. It just has to have one string, one weight, must self-ballast. The size of it can also self-ballast from the side.
Right.
I'm not going to mandate it goes from upside down. And you can attach 2, 3, 4 birds together. You could make a log with several birds standing on. Your creativity is just open in the concept class. And we have some concept birds down here today that will be revealed here shortly in about 30 minutes out on the water. So we're hoping to see that class grow after people have now seen what they can do.
Yep.
And it's not just your standard single bird.
What you can get away with.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. It's going to open it up to getting people interested in carving.
Yes. It really, you can express a lot of creativity in what you're doing. And again, you don't have to be species specific. You could put, a redhead and a can side by side.
That's
Both
cool.
drakes. You could do anything you would like to do. With that class, it's opened up my creativity just alone. And I kind of brought that idea in last year. We threw it out, and everybody said, "Yeah, let's go with it." Now, it will not place with that class. It will not be judged in best of show against a single bird. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep our singles as a best of show the way it is. And then for next year coming out, we're going to reveal the B board or Y board or frame class.
I think it's a great idea.
You're doing. And again, that opens the door to your non-traditional decoy carvers. Guys that do not have the hundreds of dollars in knives and shops and all the equipment that we do as decoy carvers. They just basically need a table saw to rip their boards and a hand jigsaw to cut out their silhouettes, and again, creativity can be theirs, whatever species they choose. And it is a fairly well used procedure that we do all
100%.
up and down the Atlantic Flyway with V-boards, or again, frames or Y-boards, whatever you call it.
No, I think it's a great idea. Plus, it gives, like, the thing I get asked a lot about is like just how do I start to carve? What do I need? What, like kind of the mystery or just the of not doing it. The V board is basically a silhouette that's a floating silhouette.
Yep.
For those that don't know, and it's a basically 3 arms that fold out, makes a V, makes a Y, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And there's 3 silhouettes. Well, you could double up silhouettes on an arm too.
Ducks, a lot of times you'll see your 6 on your frame.
Yep.
And I've also noticed too, a big tradition that also happens in the Eastern Shore is they're taking them and cutting the strings off, not floating them in the water, and they can take them to a dry field and lay them out, and they got 3 decoys right there in a dry field, and many guys hunt over those in a dry field.
Agreed, especially not that we've had winters recently, but if the ground does get hard and cold and hard, frozen, that they are pretty easy to set out and go with. So I think it's a great idea, and again, it just gives somebody, if for nothing else, maybe it's an entry level for somebody to get involved when maybe they don't think they could carve a decoy to compete with everybody that's competing here today, but they surely can't cut out a pattern and make a set of V-boards. I bet you'll probably see some really cool ideas of how they're hinged and framed together.
That's what I was thinking.
You'll see several different substrates. You might just pinch them together with wood. You'll see people will use stainless steel. You'll see aluminum.
Cool.
If you really want to go all out and go copper or brass inlay as your hinge areas. So the creativity is really wide open when you go to frames.
That's the cool thing. Someone might come up with a nice new design on how to float V-boards.
Yeah.
So we're expecting a set of frames from you next year, Karen.
I will
love
cut
to
my
have you in the
fingers off.
contest.
That's what will happen. Jeff knows.
We
I
were
will cut
blessed
my
to have one of
fingers
Jeff's
off.
scoters here today, and it did great. Placed third place here in
That is
Forest,
cool. That is cool.
in our scoter contest. And we're looking for a V-board from you next year.
It's not happening.
Well, like I said, especially on that too, like I'm just glad. I'm glad Nick did better than me, so I'm glad on that. So
I will tell you, some of my students beat me today, and that is the goal. That is the goal. Passing this on, teaching that tradition, letting someone else teach you, even though you've been doing it long. The beginners will pull something out of something, whether it be carving it, how they paint it, what they tint it, and you look back and go, I never saw that. I never thought of that. I learn more sometimes from my students than they learn from me.
Yep.
That is pretty cool.
I sidetracked you because I wanted you to talk about his tailgate. Well, you were turning to look at.
No, just pretty. I've never been here. I've never been here. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful day on the Susquehanna River. Beautiful day.
What is like during the season? Like, do you have a lot of birds outside here?
There is a fair amount of birds up here, and a lot of it's timing. Right. When you get a really good cold hit up there in Canada, they'll stack up here a little bit, stage here before they head to the Chesapeake Bay. So gunning out here can be very good, very, very good.
Fishing?
Good.
You fish here?
Fishing is great too, yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful flatheads, your regular catfish, smallmouth, walleye. It's very, very good fishing here.
Yeah. Cool. You good on time? You got to go.
Oh, we're good.
Okay, I don't want to slow down the show on you there.
Nah, they're taking a break. Everybody's getting something to eat.
Sure.
They're laying the puddle division right now, and the concept class, and then we'll continue on, for a little while yet this afternoon, as they will have to then bring out the best of confidence, the best of diver, the best of puddler will go head to head. Those 3 birds will go for grand champion.
Nice.
Yep.
What is stepping around the side of the decoys? What's new in Delta? I know you just came back from Little Rock, right?
Amazing expo in Little Rock. Oh, it was such a great time. Over 25,000 people went through those doors. An amazing dinner, sold out, 800 person on Friday night. Very well attended all the way around. It was great to see a lot of our sponsors and people went down in the expo booths. Kids walking around with orange Delta hats, duck calls blowing all over. Our duck call contest went amazing. Jim Ronquist, always great to have him there. And it was a fun day in Arkansas. Now we could have done a little less with the heat, but next year we're looking forward to it. It's going to be Baton Rouge.
There you go.
So
we have to go.
We need you in Baton Rouge.
I want to go.
Baton Rouge.
Always wanted to go.
Come on with us. We would love to have you all there.
We wanted to get there last year, and just with all the stuff we got going, it just kind of.
We got to put that on the calendar.
Yeah.
What's the dates? Do you know?
It will be I think it's the.
In the upper
Friday,
20s.
Saturday, and Sunday of July. It's usually last weekend in July.
I followed along social media. It looked like maybe it's just the algorithm, how it works, but like I'd see a quite a lot of content from vendors as well as just people walking through the show.
Yeah.
So it was kind of
The beauty of that show is it's indoors and we had AC. So most of the time you do not have to leave the building. That's kind of nice, especially when it was 107 to 110 outside.
Yep.
So it made it very nice as you were staying at the hotel. You just walked downstairs and you were able to attend. Anything we had was inside that building. Then we had a great night just a block down on Saturday night. We call it a night out with our membership and our employees. We went down to the Rev Room, a couple bands playing, some adult beverages, had a great time with everybody, just letting loose and having a good time, meeting new people and a great social. Very, very great social.
So Baton Rouge is going to be, I'm sorry?
Sounds like fun.
It does sound like fun. Baton Rouge is going to be a larger venue?
Larger venue. We're looking to even put more people in that dinner. We can put more vendors on the floor, and we have sold that out down there before. So I think we can sell out Baton Rouge even with an expansion.
Nice.
I really feel as though we got the momentum on our side right now in this industry, and I think there's people that couldn't make it this year that will show up at Baton Rouge.
Yeah, nice. More back here into the Mid-Atlantic. Mid-Atlantic. Atlantic and Northeast and Atlantic, excuse me.
Yeah, basically.
What's new with you here locally?
Locally, we just opened a chapter here in Bucksmont, which is the Montgomery, Bucks County area towards Philly.
Okay.
Very, very new for us. We've never had a chapter there. Great young men and women there that are excited to get out and really, blow the doors off. We're looking at prospecting one over towards Gettysburg right now, working with a couple people there, and hopefully that will be named the Battlefield chapter.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah. One of our big significant things from this past year was I started a committee of young men, and they were from 22 to 16 years old.
Okay.
And parents had to help a little bit for the paperwork side, but these boys are the drivers. These boys are the ones that made the decision, and they had a rally of the community behind them. The community I can't even put words to it. The way that they supported this group of boys is just outstanding. And these boys went to work, and they didn't mean to come out of the gate and be number one, but they were a chapter for 8 months. They held their very first dinner on February 11th last year, and they raised $99,000 net on their very first night.
Wow.
And again, that was the outpouring of that community. Great leadership over those boys, and a lot of effort from mom and dad, going out with them and providing some good knowledge as well.
And that was the net number.
What's that?
That was
their
the net number.
That was
Not
their
the
net
gross.
number.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Impressive.
And now those boys are so excited. They've taken some of their proceeds from their Waterfowl Heritage Funds, what they get to have back in their account, and they have done hen houses already out the gate this year, raising so many more mallards in the great state of Delaware, along with some wood duck boxes. They're planning their very first youth day on September 16th coming up. So in a couple weeks, they'll be doing that. And then they're looking to host veterans hunts and youth first hunts. So they're taking the charge and they're leading out there as young men. That's the future of our sport, and it's also the future of Delta Waterfowl.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Going back to Expo, Jeff, I got to tell you a funny story while we're on there. So I have a great committee member up in Pontotoning, Pennsylvania, Lonnie Best, and his young son, Lawrence Best IV, has always been entertaining at our dinners, and he's only 9 years old. This little man will get up on stage, he'll grab the mic from me or Mr. Chris, and he'll just command the show. And it's amazing to watch a 9-year-old have no fear. So he asked Chris if he could go up at the Expo and start the dinner. And Chris and I have confidence in him. We know him. And I said to Chris, it's 800 people in this room. That's a little bigger than his hometown of 250. But little Lawrence got up there and he commanded the show. And the first words out of his mouth is he was there to replace me. And that's a proud moment. When a little guy wants to work that hard to replace me, great.
Good for him.
We had such a good laugh in the room for that. But that is, again, that's the next generation. That who will may be the next regional director as I retire, And it's great to see 9-year-olds and these 16s and 22-year-olds having that drive and that passion, because it's not there everywhere today like it used to be.
Well, 100%. You're getting exposure now at that age, and not 29, 30, 31 years old, right? Yep. So yeah, man, that's cool. And you have a target on your back. So I don't know if that's
No.
That might be a motivating factor for you.
Yeah, it could be. We're excited for our university hunt coming out this year. We had 2 Ivy League colleges last year, Cornell and Yale, and they've signed back on to come on.
Very nice.
We're expanding that university program, and what that basically is doing is we're going to take our up-and-coming wildlife biologists, anybody who's in the field of wildlife management and has never hunted, we're going to expose them to hunting. Because if they're going to school for this, and they may make the decisions and the rules as the time comes forward to that, we want them to understand who we are as hunters and what we do. And it's been an amazing program. I've been blessed for 3 years to be on 90% of these hunts with these students as I see their smiling faces and what they get exposed to. And something that I thought really got me this past year, Jeff, was we had a fair amount of vegans that had come on the hunt. And I had asked them, why and what the purpose was, because I'm going to ask you to harvest a bird, and then I'm going to ask you to clean it and eat it. And they said that they understand the process, they're involved in the entire process, that was good. And the one little girl said after eating it, how can I get more of this? And I said, just keep doing what we're doing. So again, it's opened my eyes. And again, I always say I learn more from the people than I teach them.
Very nice.
Very nice, yeah. That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually got a committed vegan to eat meat.
And a duck that I cooked, Karen. That's even the best part. Because I'm not the best cook. I'm not Jeff or Joey or any of the guys I hang with. They're better cooks than I am.
Do not undersell yourself. Speaking of birds, what are we looking forward to this year in the Atlantic Flyway as far as numbers and
I think the numbers
seasons?
are good. They've increased back our population. As you know, in the past, we've been down to a 2-mallard limit. We had a reduction. We were down on our goose, Canada AP goose population had a reduction, and they have moved those all up. Our mallards are back to 4. Our goose, depending on the state, has gone back up to what they were previous to the shutdown, or the decline, or the decrease of number, I should say. And it looks really, really good. We had an amazing spring up there in the Atlantic population goose for breeding. Mallards seem to be doing well again up there. So if we can get Canada to get cold, we're going to have an amazing flight this year. I really feel we will. And if birds are coming from that western side prairie pothole, they had a decent wet year as well.
Yep.
Some of that late snow that came was able to melt down and create some of those wetlands that are just essential for us to have. People don't think of a 10 to 12 foot round little wetland to be crucial, and it's very, very crucial to our duck population. As they go from there, then they'll go to their brood ponds and go on forward. We need water. Water on the landscape is always a good thing.
Yep.
Speaking of water, my little 3-foot oval was very crucial to our toad population, Karen. Had it rained and I went out back. I was like, Karen, look, there's freaking tadpoles everywhere in this little puddle. And they were down the ditch out front. They were there too. And the one out front dried up. But so I panicked, and the one out back was they were kind of stewing there, just moving around. So I took 5 gallons of water out there, and they all kind of got themselves back together.
Jeff's
and
saving one tadpole at a time.
Yeah.
It's our little wetland.
It was kind of cool.
It was cool, yeah.
Yeah, but it's been kind of wet, so it has been nice.
We had the thunderstorm. I think it kind of washed them all away. But
Yeah.
I think they all had legs by that time. I think they're good to go. So
Yep.
I like to
That's
think.
what us conservationists do, Jeff. We may harvest some, but we want to make sure that it's here for many, many, many generations to enjoy.
100%. Matt, how can people get in touch with you personally?
If you go to the Delta website, my information's there. If you look me up on Facebook, again, I keep all my information right there on my Facebook. So magazine, I'm also in the magazine with my information. So it's very, very easy to get a hold of me there. And my email is mnisley@deltawaterfowl.org.
And you are looking to form new chapters, right?
Always looking to start new chapters. One thing we will not do at Delta, we will not place them on top of each other, Jeff. We don't want to stack them one community to another. We'll give some distances, but always room to have new chapters and always new areas. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a famous duck hunting area as it is here along the Susquehanna River. There's duck hunters throughout the United States, and conservation work can be done throughout the United States, so it does not necessarily have to be in a Hall of Fame duck hunting area.
Yeah, 100%. Karen, any thoughts, comments, questions?
No, it's just looks like it's been a really successful event for you, and I'm happy that we're getting some younger carvers out. And
Yes.
you had told us about the young girl that did the wood duck.
9-year-old girl did a wood
That's-
duck in the shop on Thursday night. She
that
was
is
not
pretty
completed
cool.
with it to get it here today, but it'll be her first bird. The intention is to have her complete that I will be taking her and her father on the youth day in Pennsylvania. She will harvest her
There you
bird
go.
over top
Okay.
of a real duck over her
That's
decoy.
pretty-
Yeah.
It's a real gun and
Very
decoy.
nice.
Yep.
for her.
If you make it, you might as well gun it. There's no sense
Yeah.
putting it on the shelf to collect dust. We make them to use.
Mm-hmm.
But a little tidbit of history for you, Karen, is if you looked up here, you see this beautiful bridge right here to my
Yeah,
right.
it is.
The 462 bridge, Columbia Avenue Bridge. Just beyond that, you'll see little stone piers that are old and rubble. What that actually is back in Civil War time, there was a wooden covered bridge that
Really?
spanned the entire span of the Susquehanna River. And at one point, the Confederates were on the York County side, and they were wanting to come to this side to get to the capital of Harrisburg. They burned the bridge to keep the Confederates on the other side of the river. So if you're around town, you'll see different things at State Burning Bridge, hence the burning of the covered bridge.
I did
So a
not
little
know
piece
that.
of history while you're here
a lot of
along the
history here,
Susquehanna
you
here
can
at
tell.
Conejohela.
Thank
Very
you, thank
nice.
you.
Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
Matt, we appreciate the hospitality and the invite to come up here. We truly do.
Yes.
And next year, Karen will give me permission, and I will enter birds.
Oh, we would
Yes.
love it. We're looking for Karen's V-board next year. We don't need her permission. We're going to have that in there.
I can barely do a smiley face.
Yeah, we welcome
I
you
have no
guys
skill.
downstairs too as we read off the winners. We'll present some prizes. We pay out $40 cash along with your ribbon and a prize. And it's always great to see those youngsters get their cash and their prize. So
Motivation.
we invite you down for that, and definitely get to have a little bit of applause and some appreciation for some of the great work we have down there on that water right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome. Matt, this is the Pit Boss podcast brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. I know you know Molly's, right?
Yep, we love Molly's. love Nick and the boys down there. And they're also great supporters of Delta Waterfowl. We can't do what we do in that great state of Maryland and Delaware without Molly's. And if you need it, they got it. And that's what we love about Molly's.
Yeah, they do.
MyMolly's.com. Easily found, love, on.
Oh, don't.
Come on, I'm trying to.
No,
I'm trying to.
I've heard it so many times. No, it's all you, love. Take it away.
On Route 213 in Kennedyville, Maryland. The next sponsor we have to talk about is, and you ran into, actually there's two of them, but I'm going to go with one first, is Duck Blind Bistro.
Okay.
They had such a great event, John Paul and Jay. As John Paul left, he said, Jeff, we had such a great time in Little Rock. If they had one, they're from Alabama. If they had one next weekend, we would be loaded up, headed back to do it. He said it was such a good event.
Oh, yeah.
They have the ultimate outdoor oven. And so basically we're in the world's largest duck boat. We're going to have biscuits. I don't know what else we're going to try. We need to get a second one so we can have more than that. And I don't know exactly where they all went, but I know that they made 350 with the Delta Waterfowl logo on them.
They will go to each chapter, Jeff. They will
Okay.
be available at every one of our
I-
events across the United States and
That's
Canada.
cool.
That I did not know. I knew they made a
Yes,
bunch
sir.
of them, but I didn't know where they went.
Yes, sir.
So, duckblindbistro.com. And up next is Dirty Duck Coffee. Buck. Jay went to Dive Bomb, and Buck was in Little Rock. And I know that they had a very good. I did not talk to Buck, but I know by looking that they had a great time there.
Yep. And we all know how duck hunters love their coffee.
Yeah, dirtyduckcoffee.com. And September 1st, maybe when we shut this down, we can tell you what's coming, but there's something coming there too. So I almost said it earlier, but I'm not going to say it.
Hold the suspense.
I haven't been given permission yet. Steve Hoover, Duckwater Boats, duckwaterboats.com. Love, the 32 Ocean is...
World's largest.
Can you say it again?
World's largest.
Can you say it
duck boat.
again?
Yes, world's largest.
All right.
Yes.
I think it's like 5 times or 6 times you said it now. Today.
I have.
All right. Steve Hoover, we appreciate you all the way from New Philadelphia, Ohio. Matt, have you been to Crabs to Go?
Where?
Crabs to Go.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right.
You bet.
Easily found. I like to say easily found because things are easily found.
They are.
But on Maryland Route 50 and Route 589, I think the zip code truly is Berlin.
Yep.
But we say Ocean City.
Yeah.
But crabstogo.com, thank you very much. And, of course, Whaleville Wagon Toast.
Yes.
So appreciate you too. So, Matt, thank you very much. I'm goofing around right now, but we do appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's been a great day.
Thank you, Jeff.
And before you leave, I need to get a picture of you with that bird. So
Oh, well, definitely. We want you to sign it, and we'll give it back to the rightful owner.
awesome, man. we appreciate you. Thank you very much, Matt Nisley, Delta Waterfowl, and Love. Where are we at? Well, I know where we're at is Columbia Crossing, but the contest is
See,
Come on, you had it.
Yeah,
Go.
you had it.
Conejohela.
Conejohela.
The Hanji.
Yeah, you got me goofing up. Conejohela Flats Decoy Contest. So, Matt, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
We can do anything for you. Please let us know.
We always do.
Thank you.